Greetings and welcome to my channel. Alright, before I talk about anything else, I'm going to be running test footage for Minecraft with a shader in the background there, at least until it runs out. Then I'll probably throw some Stalker Anomaly in there. Just to get opinions of whether or not that's good. I tested a few and I kind of like this one, so let's get into the real stuff. Alright, this is very likely the only video you're going to get today. We have a real, nasty storm thing. You know, when they start talking about tornadoes, you start thinking about things other than YouTube. So, I did want to get this done. It's kind of overdue, but just in case this is the only video I do today, you understand. Uh-oh. Well, that uh-oh was about an hour and a half ago because I kind of lost power and internet, so let's get back to what we were talking about. Alright, the main item is, I've been having a lot of problems on the channel for the last few weeks, and that being views. It's actually kind of hard to judge what's actually doing well and what isn't doing well on my channel, which is kind of the reason I continued a couple of things when I usually would have stopped. So I don't really know what's going on. Maybe I'm being buried in the algorithm, maybe so that Bree can get better views or something. I don't really know. But I am trying to weather it, and I'm going to be trying some new things in the future. But I did notice one thing, which is kind of an impediment. I was looking through the analytics, and I noticed that the vast majority of my views, that being about 72%, come from non-subscribers. So, unfortunately, I'm going to have to do something that I really don't like and don't feel comfortable doing, which is shilling in my videos. So you're going to hear me asking for likes, you're going to hear me asking for subs a lot more often. It's not an easy thing for me. I'm not the kind of person who asks for things, but I think if my channel is going to grow, I'm just going to have to bite the bullet and get on with that. So I hope you can excuse that in the future. Alright, and another thing is you might notice that there's a bunch of a bunch of ads popping up on the channel. Yeah, YouTube decided to do something extremely questionable. That being, we got a notice about this several weeks ago, and they're going to be pushing Midrolls really hard. So the decision they made is if you have a video and you decided you didn't want midrolls on it. By the way, midrolls are advertisements that begin in the middle of the video. If you decided that you didn't want that, they're going to put it in. So it's a little hard for me to do anything about that because I have 5,100 videos. Now, in some cases, I did put midrolls in for things that I think were appropriate, like long videos. But the thing is that I didn't do it on the vast majority. They're there now, unfortunately. They didn't really give us much of a say in that. They just kind of said, oh, we're going to be doing this. So that's probably going to cause some pain for people. That's not something I like, but I can hardly look through every video and try to remember what I was doing and what I wasn't doing. So I hope you can bear with that in the future. Unfortunately, they've also made it the default at adding a new video, and I didn't notice it until recently. So yeah, recent ones are going to be in that same situation. All right, so let's move on to other things and away from the unexciting stuff of YouTube. All right, let's talk about Monster Legends. I am now entering week 2 of at least my 2-week break. As I said, it was going to be at least 2 weeks. And I'm thinking that if I end up going forward full-time, I did say there were going to be some videos if I came back, but I'm going to have to make changes to the way I do things. The way they have the PvP combat means that basically viewer teams are kind of dead. There isn't really much I can do that. The system they have is not friendly for that. So we're going to have to come up with something else. I was thinking maybe people would put the comments of their own teams in there, describe their teams, their names, and maybe I could just put them up on the screen. We could do 4 or 5 of those, just so players would get their little shout-outs and can show off their teams or something like that. I don't know. Maybe we'll do something like that. I'm open to suggestions. It's just, unfortunately, we just can't do what we were doing. I also might start focusing on smaller videos because the long ones were kind of causing me problems, and I really wasn't getting the kind of return for the effort I was putting in, I'm sorry to say. I haven't decided yet, but going forward, it might look something like that. So we'll have to see the way that actually does turn out in the future. All right, the rest of this is probably going to be about the PC channel. All right, so the PC channel is actually monetized now. It got over 1,000, even though I was kind of ignoring it. I was actually kind of afraid to do anything with it because it was actually gaining subscribers better than when I was posting videos, which is a weird thing. But I do intend to go back to it. As a matter of fact, there are several things I could do. As I understand it, for Empyrean is going to be going live, no longer early access, I think tomorrow. I didn't do anything with the previous update, even though the previous update added a lot. But if they're going live, I probably will start doing videos of that. Now, there's a lot of other things I can do, like, for instance, Minecraft. And there's other things as well. I mean, for instance, I could go back and do some Ark. There have been 2 major updates in Subnautica Below Zero, maybe that. Maybe some new things. I got games that I bought and never installed. Recently, I picked up Stranded Deep, always wanted to try that. I understand there's a big update coming. Maybe I want to give that a try on the channel. The Forest, I never even installed The Forest, but I have it. Maybe we could do something like that. There's a lot of things we can do in terms of PC stuff, you know. Maybe I could do some story-based things, you know. It's just that the way that the mobile market is looking right now, I have a lot of trouble finding things that I feel comfortable with putting. You know, the PC stuff might end up being the future, for me at least. Although I was thinking of doing something in regards to those games where I really wouldn't do a series. I was thinking, what about kind of a quick hop, but a different series? That being something that looks at idle games and maybe in some cases kind of makes fun of them for the things that they do. See, I see a lot of these games. You don't see a lot of them on on the channel because a lot of them are really terrible or have something terrible about them. Maybe it's unstable. Maybe it's riddled with ads. You know, that kind of, or it's an exact duplicate of something else. I might be doing something like that fairly soon. I do need to get something going in order to get the channel going. So we're going to have to see what I can accomplish in the future. Hopefully you guys will have patience with me. And yeah, hopefully you'll subscribe too. See, a lot of the problems with that is that a lot of people maybe are interested in one thing that I do. Let's just say Idle Miner, right? So the algorithm for YouTube is going to show them Idle Miner videos. So they'll see mine when it goes up. But you won't see anything else, even though it might be similar and something you're interested in. That's the problem. There are things that really should have done better, but aren't doing better. So that's the reason that, yeah, I mean, that 72% are not subscribed is probably meaning you're just not seeing things that I'm testing. So I better get this out before the storm comes back because, yeah, it's supposed to be kind of ugly, possible tornadoes. Anyway, that's going to be it for now. We got through all of the Minecraft footage. Thank you very much for your attention. I really appreciate it. And play games because games are fun. See ya.